Okay, this one is buffalo herd, and it's an image of a buffalo herd in a fog bank. So if you start up here at the top, you can feel that there's a vast sky, you know.
Here's the sun.
Yep, and the sun, but the sun is much less prominent than it was in Knows Her Medicine.
Okay.
You know,
yeah,
because
it's a lot smaller.
It's smaller and lower, yeah, because it's sort of like what they call a watery sun. It's just barely peeking through the fog bank, okay?
And I don't know if this is an intention or just the fill, but it feels like it's more, it's not as thick up here.
Right, yeah, that's intentional.
Okay.
That's all to make it look lighter, yeah. And so this is just sort of, it's not entire, you know, perfectly smooth, but it's sort of like, you know, it's little detail. And it's this big sky.
It gives me a interpretation of not a clear sky though, because it's not like totally, it's smooth, but it has a little like film filling on it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got a little probably sand texture or sandpaper texture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so knowing that, we're going to look at first this buffalo in profile. The buffalo, you know, a buffalo in profile is a little easier to identify than a buffalo face on. So this one, are you having any trouble identifying it?
Is this his hind?
His hindquarters. You know, he has very little hair on his hindquarters. You can feel that it's quite smooth.
Yeah.
Down to his back legs.
And here's his hooves or whatever.
Exactly. And then his forequarters and his hump, you know, on his back is very hairy. Yes.
Yeah.
So what's going on there is, look at how big his head is.
Got a big head.
So to hold that head up, his spinal column, the vertebrae on his spinal column come up. And so all this is muscles that come down to the back of his head so that he can lift his head up. That's what all that hump is about.
Now, I'm having trouble finding like his face.
Okay, if you move one sec, here's his eye, right under my finger.
Okay, oh, yeah, there's his eye.
Okay, here's his horn on this side. Do you feel that?
Okay.
On the far side, here's his horn, right under my finger.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Here's his nose.
His nose
right under my finger.
Uh-huh.
And then his mouth is right beneath his nose. Do you feel it? It's sort of open.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right here.
Yep. Okay, now below it is all this long beard sort of.
I think the hair is what threw me off. So that's a good example of when, you know, I asked for the help. So that's a good example of I couldn't figure it out exactly. So I told her where I needed the interpretation.
Here are his cloven feet back here. Feel that? Yeah, feel that right under his hoof. There's a split.
Right here, yeah.
Yep. So that's an illustration of a cloven foot. Now, here's an illustration of something not being quite right. These